the new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Born out of passion, we are a community that helps you be the new you. I'm Dr. Michelle Mras, live streaming from the United States amongst the beautiful mountains of Colorado. You're watching Mental Shift. Well, hello, empowered and free. After 32 years of military service, my guest tonight can definitely say that she was ready to be her own boss and CEO of her life. Do you think 32 years is a long time? Not really. In fact, it was just a warm-up for this woman. She's amazing. Her struggles, both in and out of the military service, merely solidified her passion to serve and help others. She's the creator of Empowered and Free. And she's on a mission to help her fellow female veterans to find their true purpose in life after the military and live fully into their purpose through the study of their gene keys. Please welcome my friend, Christine Adams. Hey, lady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. And I notice we're back in black. We're back in black.
It's the only way to go.
I don't know. You're normally wearing pink shoes nowadays.
I know. So I thought about it, but I'm like, nah, we'll do that. We'll do that for a special occasion. So.
Okay. Well, you could be wearing pink shoes. We just don't know it.
Exactly. Or slippers, one or the other.
Yeah. Fuzzy slippers, because we are Zooming right now.
Yes.
So Christine, you and I met auspiciously. We met at a game night for someone else. I don't remember who was hosting it, but we met very obscurely. And yes. I thought I had known you forever. And I kept looking at you like a creepy weirdo. I'm like, I know you. And what we found out is we didn't know each other, but we were going to know each other for a while.
Correct. It's amazing how the universe places individuals in our path on the journeys that we walk. And you are here for a reason, and you're not going anywhere for a very long time. That's what my instincts tell me. So,
so I tried to leave a couple of times already.
Not allowed. No.
Well, what I would like to ask, and for you to share with the audience, is your mental shift. Because we say that you were in the military for 32 years and then you came out and became your own boss. So what was your mental shift? When did it happen that you said, you know what? I'm taking off the khakis and putting on what I want to wear. What happened?
Everything inside of me was just screaming that it was time to retire, to be honest. I mean, we always hear people talk about, you'll know when you know. Well, I knew it was like a 2x4 upside the head concept. And it was no longer passionate for me. Not saying that serving the whole time wasn't passionate, but it wasn't what I was being drawn to do. So I knew I had to move back into the civilian world, the real world, and figure some things out. And that's what I've been doing for the last 3.5 years, actually. And I'm still figuring things out, but I have a much better understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing. So
So what are you doing?
Um, my personal journey actually started with just sitting at home, enjoying the freedom, not living my life by a calendar, not getting up super early, the normal stuff that we do. We just kind of let everything go to the wayside. And then I had an individual reach out to me from LinkedIn. And when he asked me to share part of my story with him, because he was creating a character for his one-man play show he does, it was at the end of that like 90-minute interview with a complete stranger that I realized that I had a very special path I should be walking. So many military people get out. We don't share our stories. We don't even let people know we served. And the women are the worst with this, to be honest. And I think that's because we're tired of proving ourselves and working twice as hard to do the things that they do. So that's when I decided it was time to stand on the rooftop, share my story with the world, and really just start to open up and listen to other veteran stories. It didn't matter if they were men or women, because our stories are so unique and important. And then along this journey of the last 3 years, I knew there was something I needed to figure out. Because, well, you don't know, but when you go in the military at 18, 17, 18, 19, or 20 years old, you don't even know who you are at that point in time in your life. That's like your first taste of freedom away from your parents and all that structure. And then fast forward 32 years later, Christine gets out. She still doesn't know who she is because I was somebody else. Because
Well, you were a peg.
yeah, I was, you're okay. This is who you're going to be. This is how you think, talk, dress, everything. So that started really just all the personal development, the deep diving, the growth. And every time these little words or sayings would pop up on my head, like empowered and free. That's been around with me since 2020. I don't know where it came from, but it was just like, okay, empowered and free. This is a community I want to build. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but that's what it's going to be called. Fast forward, then it's like, okay, well, then I started saying like over a year ago, well, I didn't even know who I was at 20. How am I supposed to know who I was at 52 at the time? And then people start coming in your life to help you figure these things out. That's the amazing part about this. And what's even amazing is I've had this coach, Julie Ciardi, since I got out. So I've been with her almost 4 years now. And every time I'm just thinking and wishing and starting to say, okay, so how can I figure something out, do something? The universe tells her to shift, and she goes into these things. And it's like she's picking up what I'm laying down to the world kind of stuff. I love it. This is just my epiphany from today. And that's how I eventually came across an amazing tool called the Gene Keys. So it's been so much fun since like June or July when I started studying myself personally with this tool and seeing how much of it was eerily just accurate in so many ways. Now it's helping me even figure out more by who I have always been designed to be, who I'm supposed to help, and kind of like my purpose in life. So, and I'm just scratching the surface. This is going to be.
It's called Gene Keys,
It's
not
called the Gene Keys. Nope, it's called the Gene Keys.
So can people get a hold of it through you, or is there a site? Or
there's all kinds of stuff out there they can get their hands on to actually do this. But what helps is having somebody to kind of help guide you through it.
okay,
It is a self-pay, self-study concept, but sometimes just having somebody, interpret's not the word, giving the answer is not the word, but we get so close to things sometimes that we don't see what's right in front of us. So having someone like me along on my own journey with you on your journey, I can kind of pull you back and have you see it differently and help you understand it better. But Gene Keys is just another extension of, or not extension, it's part of the concept of the human design, which a lot of people have probably heard of that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you.
Yes, yes. So the human design came about many years ago, and the individual who created the Gene Keys was actually the human design's like top student. And he asked if it was okay to create this program. Why I like it, because when I first started really looking 2 years ago online and trying to figure out the human design stuff, it's so confusing, to be honest. The Gene Key really breaks it down into a more simple way to interpret what's going on in your life or what your life is supposed to be doing. And then it's easier to feed in and see how the human design actually looks. It's like your own personal thumbprint or blueprint. No one else in the world has what you have. And that's why it's so fun to dig into, which is why I think it's key now as a tool for individuals and my fellow veterans to help them sort out and find out who they are, because so many actually come out and say, I just don't know who I am, what I'm supposed to do. And I think this is going to help them figure that out a lot easier.
So,
Yeah.
do you only work with military that are in the United States or military anywhere around the world?
Right now, I'm just getting started with those that are in the US. So
But it won't hurt if somebody in
no,
Asia writes you.
no, I'm open to talk to anybody because we all have unique stories.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how would they reach you? Your website, right?
Yes, my website is the best way to reach out to me, and I am cleaning that website up too. So don't be surprised. This is all coming fast and furious, and you know how that is, Michelle. Things are fast and furious.
Christine-adams.com.
Yes,
Okay.
yep. So that's the easiest way to reach out and just connect with me and just kind of see what I'm up to, and go from there. And stay tuned to the website because I am getting ready to add stuff there on actually, partnering with me to go through your Gene Key profile and some other opportunities. So
And it's always good to grow with someone else. I mean,
it
having
is.
someone mentor you through.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about Christine is, one, she's an amazing mentor, and I just like having her in my world. So I'm a little biased, but that's my whole thing with you, is that you are evolving. And why I wanted you on the show was, one, you're evolving. Two, you're kind of, excuse my language, badass. But she's all but a happy joy right now. But you've got to meet her. She is a very solid woman, and just her mind works so amazingly and gentle at the same time. And that's what always confuses me, that you were in the military for 32 years. But what I wanted to share about you is that people watching my show, often they'll write and they'll say, I don't know my purpose, or I went to school and this is what I got my degree, so I have to do this. And what Christine is proving right now is you choose whenever you want to. I mean, she was in the military for 32 years and came out and went, you know what? I'm going to put on a new hat.
Yeah, big time. There was no way I was going down the traditional routes of everybody else that retires from the military.
Yeah.
That was not me. So it didn't feel right.
And I'm glad, because I wouldn't have met you.
That's right.
I wouldn't have met you if you went the traditional route.
Exactly.
And so with Christine, she's doing this Gene Key thing. So if you're interested and you're curious about it, Google it. But if you want someone to walk with you and write Christine, go on her website and connect with her. She's also all over social media. I mean, I'm always stalking her because she does videos. You haven't done videos lately, so you got to get back and doing that.
I know. I've been slightly sidetracked for a reason. So, but yes, I'm getting back into the swing of things. So yeah.
But your social media is your name, though.
It is. It is. That's me. That's, I have nothing to hide. I mean, it took me a while to get into social media because we're taught not to use it, but then it's so fun. I mean, why not just be open, honest, bold, share my journeys, my struggles, because we all have them. And with the Gene Keys, which is beautiful about this, is it's an individualized approach to figuring out who you are. It's not a cookie cutter program like so many people offer out there. And walking it with other individuals and sharing what we're learning about myself, yourself, if you were to do it with me, it's eye-opening, because you'll hear me talking with somebody like on a group session and just working with them, and you'll have epiphanies. You'll be like, oh, okay, based off of your own unique design. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And I can say that because I've got a community that I walk with right now like that. Okay. So on my own journey, and now I'm looking to build my own community of empowered and free, because we should all feel that.
Okay, well, when we come back from our break, I'm going to go deeper into this Gene Key and your group that you've been working with, because the other question is, did the Gene Key identify what you were doing in the military? Did it fit? I'm curious about that. So everybody, share, click like, and we'll be right back after this break. Stand by. We'll be right back.
Ang 4D, tumutulong patibayin ng vital organs, iwas sakit sa puso at iba pang sakit.
Ang ubo, mabilis lumala, kaya dapat agapan. Dapat New Solmux Advanced Syrup. May 2 times zinc para ang ubo, imbis na lumala, tulungang mabilis mawala. New Solmux Advanced Syrup.
Unilab yan.
Thank you for watching Mental Shift. We are discussing Empowered and Free with Christine Adams. Now, have you shared this show with someone you care about, a friend, a family member, someone you know who might be in the military? Maybe you should do that right now, because I'm about to bring in some posters about TNC. So did you know that TNC is a live stream platform of online shows for people on the go? Please watch all of our shows that you see here on the screen and imagine having your own show, your own playlist, your own content, but we make it easier for you. TNC aims to transform the lives of our viewers through engaging, authentic, and original content. Our vision is to become a global 24/7 live stream channel that showcases Filipino talent, global influencers, cultural intelligence, and ingenuity. Continue to watch Mental Shift like you are right now, Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or Wednesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. in Asia. You can also watch the replays via Facebook or YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. All you have to do is search hashtag TNC Now. For sponsorships, please email now@thenewchannel.com or send a direct message to the new channel. Now, check out our page for Facebook or YouTube by searching hashtag TNC Now, and enjoy all of these shows because they're inspiring and we made them just for you. And welcome back. I'm Dr. Michelle Mras, and you were watching Mental Shift. Please share, and I would like to invite my guest back. Where is Christine? There she is. So you gave us a sneak peek. You said that the gene key actually did connect. I mean, you are the person that was working well in the military with it. How did that work?
In a nutshell, a lot of the traits and personality traits and the way I dealt with things and how I was able to just adjust so easily to constant turmoil and change and turnover, that is actually correct with my gene key profile. So, but what's been fun is also understanding my paradigms. It's easier to identify my paradigms. So those who don't know what paradigms are, those are just your, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the things that hold you back. You know, those thoughts that you think are the truths, not necessarily, but you've said them so many times to yourself, you think they are. So you're constantly down on yourself, or something happens and you're down on yourself, just little things like that. Gene Keys helps you see what's called the shadow side, or those paradigms. And when you start to recognize them much easier, it's easier to navigate and get out of those, or lower frequency, if you want to look at it that way, if you're thinking frequency and vibration. So the lower the frequency, the more down you are. But when you're high vibing like we are right now, you can conquer anything. And that's what you want to do as well, is just kind of move through those frequencies and move from the shadow side or the dark side of a particular, identification or, gene key. And then you want to get to that high side of it.
So basically, it identified, you saw in the places that you did struggle, you were slumped, were parts of your gene key that you should not have been in, or
it's easy.
affected it.
Once you see them, it's easy to get out of them. It's not easy to get out of them, but it's easier. The more you see and identify, then you start seeing those habitual patterns.
Or instead of thinking you're crazy, you realize,
Yeah,
wait a
you're
minute,
not crazy,
this is me.
So, you beat yourself up because you sneak and hide in the cupboard and eat a box of Oreos. So what triggered you to go in there and eat the box of Oreos? So if you can catch those trigger points, then you don't eat a whole box. Maybe it's a half a box next time. I mean, it's just things like that. But it's just such a fascinating self-study of yourself, to be honest. Nobody can give you the answer. It's like I've been saying for a while now, the secret to anything you ever want is inside of you. And we're not taught that, So if you want to become and do something, do it. Nothing's holding you back except for you. And what I like about the Gene Keys is it's actually helping me go even deeper into me and figuring myself out more. So it's a powerful tool. It really is.
So when you work with people, will you use that Gene Key? So basically, it'd be a good idea for them to probably.
Yeah, it gives me an indication of their who they are to a point, and then I can help them, guide them on figuring their own self-realization out.
Okay, then here's a really weird one. Gene Key. Does it help you realize what kind of relationships you work best with, that kind of thing?
It does actually do that stuff as well. Yes. Okay. It's called the Venus sequence. But yes, it deals with not only relationships, but relationships with yourself as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at one, I think it was called the Colby test, something like that. But basically it was how you interact with other people. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But the Gene Key talks about how you interact with you
as well. Yes. Yes.
Cool.
So, and I'm excited because that's the next step I'm going into with the group that I'm a part of. I'm actually being coached in a group right now. So we actually start the Venus sequence, as it's called, tomorrow. And I'm super excited to go to that next step, as it's called. So,
okay. So if somebody out there is thinking about, who are in the military, already out or thinking about getting out, and they're like, I'm kind of scared. I don't know who I am and I don't know what I'm going to do. And my identity is in this job. Can they reach out to you?
They definitely can reach out to me. I encourage it to reach out. The biggest thing to have when you transition out is some sort of community or group of individuals. It can be veterans who've already gone out. It can be non-veterans. That's what I stumbled across. And it was a beautiful experience. But you can't do this alone. That's something I quickly figured out in the first couple of months, even having my own community, that what I'm looking for takes others to help me walk that path. So, yeah.
Well, and honestly, I see the military, when people get out of the military, you're basically learning how to do everything again, because the military world is nothing like the civilian world. And so you have to learn how to talk, interact, network, walk.
Address.
You're babies. You're very intelligent, large babies.
Yeah. And we're used to, like for me, I am so used to and comfortable with those constant PCS moves, our permanent change of stations, that took place, every 2-3 years. I was used to a new job title and responsibilities every 18 months.
Yeah.
So, I am set up to actually adapt and move rather quickly with those. That was a beautiful thing to reaffirm with my Gene Key study, that I can do that, which is why when I'm feeling antsy here, meaning I've been in the same house now for 6 years, that's a long time for me. And I'm constantly looking for things to learn and do and experience, because that keeps me excited. if
Why
that
do you
makes
think
sense.
that's why, one, we get along so well, and
Yeah.
two, I'm so busy
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
a military brat.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
with my
I'm
family.
actually designed to learn and grasp things rather quickly. The surface level, I do deep dive to a point, but I have to be careful not to get stuck in that way. And then I bring that information to others. And that's what the Gene Keys is so beautiful about, because I have found a serious tool that I want to bring to others.
So Christine-Adams.com.
Yes.
Empowered and free. I'm real curious. Well, I know you're empowered and I know why you're free. Never mind. I won't ask that question. I was like, why that name? But it's pretty clear. But do you want to
It is.
answer?
I feel like we should be empowered and free. I mean, we're so pigeonholed, told what to do from elementary school all the way through adulthood. We're not allowed to make those choices anymore to a point because of expectations. And I think you should have the power and the ability to do that yourself. So if I can show you, if I can empower you to make those decisions and figure out what you want to do, if you're open, if you're not open to any of this, that's okay too. Someday something will register inside, or that little voice inside will start to scream at you and become annoying. But I just want to empowered and free. I'm still figuring out myself what it means, but those words have been with me for 3 years. And I can't ditch them. If I try to get rid of them, the universe smacks me around and I have to come back to them. So they're there for a reason. Yeah, I'm totally into this flow thing, but
No, that works.
yeah,
My thing is with empowered is even when you were in the military, you were empowered, but you were not free.
No.
And that's why it's so important. I've always said that no one can empower you. It's in you already.
Yeah.
So you were empowered. It's the captive or free part. And now you are free. And of course, you're still adjusting and you're still learning, because when you're free, your wings can do so much more than you ever allowed them to do in 30 some odd years.
Yes.
So it's exciting. And to have someone be a mentor that's also flying alongside you, like you, is just a remarkable experience to have.
It
so
is.
I want you all to reach out to Christine. Okay. Even if you just have a friend who's getting out of the military and they don't want to talk to someone, you want her to talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Just to talk, no commitment. I love hearing other stories, to be honest, because we each have such unique experiences in what we did. So I totally love hearing just your thoughts and feelings about it. I mean, it's a safe environment when you talk to me.
It's a safe spot to talk.
It is a safe spot to come and talk to me. Yeah.
And in the military, we're really allowed to talk to people about what you were thinking. Well, this is a safe place. You can go do that. Yeah. So remember I told you this 30 minutes is going to fly?
I know. We're just getting warmed up.
I know. Well, okay. I want you to share with us maybe a quote or something that you really wanted to share on the show with the audience.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't
Anything?
ready for this one.
That's okay.
All right. So one of my favorite quotes that hangs here in my office under other ones is, live your life by design, not by desire.
Ooh.
So you design your life. I think I said that right. So
that sounds good. Live your life by design, not desire. Because desire can get a little crazy.
Well,
it's fun though.
It is fun, but like I said, we all have a unique job in the world. It's the only way to put it. And if we don't live by what we've been designed to do, then nobody's happy,
Yeah, and that's why.
People are stuck, and then frequencies are low, and so once you figure out what your true purpose is, that you were put on this earth to do, and some people know it already, and some people like me are just now figuring it out.
And it's never too late.
No, it's never too late, and this will be the rest of my life. I'll be on this journey.
Everyone is. That's the exciting thing about it. We're always learning, and we are empowered and we want to be free. So you are free. Now, so those of you who are watching right now, please share this, because you know someone out there who's getting out of the military and is kind of lost. They may not admit it, but you know it, you see it. Connect them to Christine. Go to christine-adams.com, and it'll be in the thread in the chat. So please do that. And Christine, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
It went really fast. Okay, so remember this quote. Live your life by design, not just by desire. So we'll see you next week on Mental Shift. And until then, TTFN, ta-ta for now, and be the best version of you, unapologetically. Happy New Year. We're still...